There is so much yet to be learned. The scarred one is no more. I wish I could say that this bodes well for us, but with Kraton gone, Oak and Alira will only grow stronger. The High Templar's blackguards? They're here, rubbing shoulders with us mere exiles? A mystery indeed, and so near the Chamber of Sins. Whatever they want with that foul place, it won't be for the betterment of humanity. The Chamber of Sins? Apparently, the late Archbishop Geoffrey of Frisia gave it that title. It was built by Emperor Cheetus for one Inquisitor Maragaro. How do I know this? To my shame, I did Dominus's dirty work in the selfish hopes of scholarly advancement. I scoured fragments of documents brought back by Fairgraves and Doresso before his disgrace. I unearthed all I could on the Eternal Empire's masters and mistresses of thaumaturgy, the subject of keen interest to our supposedly devout High Templar. If I were you, I'd avoid Malagaro's old laboratory, a place of illness infected by a diseased mind. Fare you well.
The spirit hunts with you. Remember to...
The day has dawned.
What little help I can offer. Goodbye. Hello. Be well. but a moment's respite.
Greetings. You may approach. Share my fire, if you wish. It is rare that wanderers into this wild wood survive long enough to hold a conversation, and rarer still that sacred wisps guide their path. This realm is not what it seems, but I imagine you have already guessed that. Here, what is real and what is meant may blur together. That is why names have power here. Not from the words themselves, but from the concepts evoked. To define a thing is to influence that thing. Though I suspect you have a similar danger in your world, since you carry upon you the faintest of scents, one among many, that reminds me of the Driocht. You might call her a goddess. I might call them Sisters Three. Others might call them the collective will of nature itself. We may all be right. They exist within this wild wood. Or perhaps they are the wild wood. To create this realm, the Driocht gave so many pieces of themselves so widely and so deeply that little remained. Fragments in every tree, every rock, and every animal. A voice, sometimes, to a chosen few. Or so I've been told by travellers through these lands. There were many who walked these paths in the early seasons. The mists were once far more welcoming, and brought warmth and light that both your realm and ours would otherwise lack. That was a very long time ago, more seasons than I can number. Travellers they were, for this was never their destination. Merely a route on the path to somewhere else. The same as a dream lies betwixt sleep and waking. It was so long ago now. The memories are hazy, much like the mists I first remember. I have always run this forest, even before there were paths. I may have even forged many of those paths myself, with repeated footfalls over the timeless cycle of seasons. The forest was young then, and so was I. There were far more of the Magi too, if you've met any of them. In some ways, this realm was lovingly crafted for them by the Driocht. In some ways, the Magi built this realm for the Driocht out of loving devotion. It might be that devotion that drew the King in the Mists here. Belief is the only power in all of creation that can make real that which is not. This was supposed to be a sacred realm of peace and prosperity for the Magi. And then too, for the rest of their people from your world. The Wildwood was meant to be a gift. A subtle sorrow creeps upon my heart when I think about what this place was supposed to be, but never achieved. Perhaps the Driocht gave too much of themselves. Or perhaps nature simply has a way of growing and changing beyond anyone's control. It is still possible that the Magi recover in numbers and strength and reclaim the forest. But if they don't, such is the cycle of life and death. It is not my place to interfere. In this forest, we are what we do. I hunt to eat, and I eat to live. Is it not the same for all living creatures? There is only one difference. I am the apex. I alone am unpursued. Even the King in the Mists has hunters, like the Breaker of Oaths or the Warden of Eves, with their human egos and inflated sense of importance. Not I. I am nothing but a carved stone occupying a key position in the foundation of nature. When I pass on, there will be another. I have no quarrel with him. He gives me a very wide berth. And I don't hunt him down, purely because it's not my place to interfere. He and the Magi have fought over this realm for countless seasons. I think neither side knows the pain of the other. The Magi are fighting to protect their home, but the King in the Mists comes from a far worse place than this. He is a breed of creature the Magi cannot comprehend. His actions appear to be hostile and evil, but it is merely the way of life from whence he comes. Would you hate a mouse for eating fallen seeds? You might, if you were the bush that considers those seeds your children. The King in the Mist has not brought darkness to the wild wood. The forest still grows, so the light is still there, we just can't see it. It's something else entirely, something new. It is unlight. He seeks to change the nature of this place so that more like him may escape their state of dreamlike nothingness. My hunts have sometimes taken me to the border between here and there. His world is in the opposite direction of yours, with the wild wood betwixt. The realm from whence he hails is one of silhouettes, the barely seen rear of the stage upon which the play of life conducts itself, with nary a thought for the shadows cast. It is the realm of the nameless, those things which not only have no name, but which cannot be. Theirs is a perspective of endless agony and sorrow. They cannot have children in the violet unlight of that realm, and thus their progeny are consigned to the same fate of nameless non-existence. Their numbers grow without end, comprising all the things that can never be, and the quiet roar of silence becomes more and more deafening as they clamour in fear and pain for release. My heart goes out to them, but there is nothing anyone can do. If I could name them, I would. But how do I name something I can't think of? The Nameless were brought here long ago, when a traveller accidentally named the Porcelain Queen, causing her to become real. Her kingdom in your world is gone now. I know not how or why, but a few of her shadow children escaped back into the wild wood, and then multiplied in number through the march of seasons. They lament eternal, sorrow without end, a pain they carried from their existence before, now made all the sharper by the loss of their mother. I give them mercy when I can, like I would for any other wounded animal. The King in the Mists was not the first to escape the realm of nameless nothingness. A great many seasons ago, a curious young man walked the wild wood on his journey elsewhere. He stopped at a waterfall and engaged in a flight of fancy, naming creatures that he imagined might exist unseen among the trees. He just so happened to picture a powerful mother from their shadow realm, and he foolishly gave her a name. It is not the Porcelain Queen, mind you. That's just a title, a few safe words to refer to her in a roundabout manner. The traveller moved on, but she emerged and brought her countless children with her. That young man was nobody important, and he surely died long ago. But his idle imaginings and his casual naming led to a tale of untold tragedy and pain that is still playing out even now. When the denizens of the Wildwood tell you not to use true names, they mean it. Your realm has an enormous sphere of fire hanging overhead. I've been told this tale before, except that travellers in the early seasons spoke of that fire being absent behind some impenetrable veil of ash and mist obscuring your sky. Another fantastical absurdity that features prominently in your folklore. This place was a refuge for them in a time of cold and bitter struggle, they said. They ate of the fruit and washed themselves in the rivers, joyous to be alive for what little time they could stay. I just can't picture it. Sometimes your people claim this sky is a vast dome of blue, but sometimes your people claim it's dark, and other times it's a riot of colours caused by the sun. And there's a silver sphere up there too, that contrasts the fiery one. The sun and the moon. For some reason, I get the feeling that they despise each other, so opposite, yet sharing the same heights, the same light and adoration. Brings a sad tear to my eye, though I know not why. That closeness should bring love and cooperation, not hatred and jealousy. Here I go, making up my own tall tales. You'll have to forgive me for my flight of fancy. Such imaginings are dangerous in the wild wood. He does what he believes is best. That is all any thinking creature can do. I do not approve of his use of the dead, as prey should be eaten, not enslaved. But even the natural order has a shadow. I cannot begrudge the darkness, lest I begrudge the light. You know Einhar. He was actually the first person I ever met. My earliest memory is of running alongside him on a hunt, though I know not when it began, or from whence we hailed. Like waking from a dream and falling into one, both. And you know what else? He somehow knew my name. My real name, that I've never told anyone. He said he loved me. And I knew he meant it, all things considered. It's a treasure of a first memory to have. I can teach you, if you are so inclined. Sacred wisps have chosen to light your way. Who am I to disagree with the Dreocht? I respect the path of the warlock, but the dead deserve to be eaten, not enslaved. Climb in the hierarchy of the wilds will not be easy. A great many nameless creatures crawl the wild wood, existing in perpetual agony and sorrow. They are dangerous, and they deserve mercy, so they shall be your prey. When you have completed your hunt, return to me, and we will train together. Keep learning. Welcome. Keep learning.
I caught some rats in my traps today. They told me an amusing tale. Their rat king, Creighton, dead. Can't say I'm surprised. You've a powerful aura on you, bright as a sunset before a storm. So let me rub an idea against that hot spirit of yours, see if it catches fire. The amulet I wear, sister to the one you took from Creighton, Oak has its triplet. There's power in these trinkets, enchantment enough to keep my tribe safe. Go north, bring me an amulet, and Oak's lying tongue, and I'll make you part of that power. You need friends in Rayclast, and believe me, I can be a fine friend.
like you give the rest of us a bad name.
We, the Court of Reckoning, find you, Doedri Stamatis, guilty of the following transgressions against God: perversion of God's creation, promotion of heretical beliefs, unlawful enslavement of eternal citizens, torture of the innocent, murder of the servants of purity. For these most severe crimes, I do sentence Doedri Darktongue to burn at the stake till naught is left but ash. May her life serve as penance for the lives she has taken, and let purity sweep away the dust of her deeds from our firmament. High Templar Vol, Commander of the Army of Purity.
make it fast. Return if you must.
Hello.
Yes?
Anchoring for education, are we? You have done what none of us could, not even the fierce Groost. While we are grateful, we dare not sleep with both eyes shut just yet. The balance of power has gone. In overthrowing a lord and a lady, you have created a despot in Oak. The end of learning is the beginning of death.
Greetings, survivor.
seat.
Arteri, my beautiful captain. I wish it were not you, but I cannot bring myself to trust any other with this most vital of tasks. This is the only pass between the inner and outer empire. No further exiles are to enter the inner empire. We have material enough for our work. Ensure that the barricade remains in place, and if any exile should somehow pass through, kill them. I will send for you when my work is complete in Scion. Until we share our next night together. Piety.
What do you want?
What would you like to know, Exile?
How be you?
My help is yours. Go with the spirit. You are well. Go with the spirit.
Welcome. Made any progress?
Yes?
A stranger like no other faced the wall of the Umbra.
opened a pass in a sorry land, gave some hope to a sorry band of exiles and death-soaked castaways, a chance at life on a brand new day.
There. Thought you deserved one of my finest poems, written to commemorate such a mighty feat. Oh, and this. Been keeping it for a very special occasion. Consider yourself just such an occasion.
Yes? Some have dared hope for a better life beyond Prisoner's Gate. Not me. My place is here, easing the suffering of exile as best I can. God hasn't abandoned us.
Welcome. You found a way to bring down Chevron's barricade. It's at times like these I recall I'm a man of action, not words. Should we encounter each other in the forest, the roast boar's on me, my friend. Stay sharp out there.
approach, traveler. A good fire should be shared. Keep your name your own, traveler. In this realm, we are many steps removed from the cold truths of dirt and sky. Names have power here. You may address me by what I do, rather than my name. And you? The sacred wisps have chosen to aid you. Curious. Deep in the mists of history, the Driocht created this forest for us, in an act fueled by our devotion. We Magi were the chosen strongest, and we were to prepare this place for the rest of our people. The Wildwood was meant to provide refuge from a winter without end, and from a land full of dangers. Unfortunately, something else came here too, from the other side. The unseen reflection opposite the mortal world. Shadowy creatures slipped in through a dark crack. And there is one, above all, who aggressively pursues the spread of his dark and malevolent religion. The Magi have waged a cold and bitter war against the King in the Mists for countless generations. When my parents passed, only 2 of us remained near the border we share with your realm. And the other of my kind broke his oath long ago. The rest of the Magi are far deeper in the Wildwood, and I know not how they fare, for I must stay at my post. We are merely the vanguard for the rest of our people, who still reside in the old world, waiting for the Wildwood to be purged of evil. We are the strongest and the brightest, chosen by the Driocht long ago for this righteous purpose. There are many Magi deeper in this realm, though less than there were. I am the only one that ventures this close to the border twixt our realms. I have learned much from travelers twixt our worlds. My people originally came from your realm, you know. Sometimes my battles took me to the border of the other side, and I continue to marvel at the absurdities and wonders I saw. The sky made me dizzy, inspired, and fearful all at once. The sun was beautiful, and I have never felt another warmth quite like it. I could do without your mosquitoes, though. The Raven Trickster must have created those. The Driocht would never have been so cruel. The Raven Trickster has few worshippers in the Wildwood. Give them no heed. He was long ago taken care of. The Driocht forbid us from touching virtue gems, though it is still possible to employ them, if one is willing to blur the lines of right and wrong in the battle against evil. So long as a Magi does not touch a virtue gem, but merely places it in a geomantic socket on their armor, the pain can be endured for the sake of victory. I did see a young man directly touch a gem with his bare hand once. I will never make that mistake myself. The Driocht was once a goddess that protected our people in your realm. There were 3 aspects of her, what we call the 3 sisters: the Macha, the Katha, and the Morrigan. The Maka represented nature itself. The land, the trees, the animals, and the men and women too. You are surrounded by her compassion at this very moment. Persuaded by the Maka, the Sisters Three gave of themselves, imbuing every part of nature, living or not, with some of their essence. The Driocht is the result of that ultimate gift. They gave so much that nothing remained of themselves. They gave so much. They are all around us. Inside me, and inside you, too. I can feel their will even now, and I know that I am exactly where I need to be. The original goddess, the one comprised by the Sisters Three, is fairly unknown now. Her name has been lost to time. I've always wondered what it was, who she was. Her sacrifice is the only reason I exist at all. It's a sacrifice I intend to honor. The second aspect of the original goddess, the aspect known as the Katha, was the eternal battlefield betwixt good and evil. It represented the juxtaposition of summer and winter, and light and darkness. Where there is evil, there shall be good. This balance means that there is always hope. The third aspect of the original goddess, the aspect known as the Morrigan, was the guiding crow, the call to battle, and the bravery in the hearts of the Magi. She flew high above our people, showing us the way. Where her wings beat, the mists parted, opening new paths toward the future. For generations, the Magi have fought against the King in the Mists. My own mother and father were slain in battle against him. We are meant to be impartial and fight selflessly against evil, but how can I possibly feel nothing? He has wounded my family in ways that can never be forgiven. One day, I will find a way to take his head. The King in the Mist seeks dominion. In service of that goal, he has employed a deceitful religion. Travelers along the border are in danger, yes, but not necessarily at risk of death. Worse, he seeks their devotion. He seeks their belief. I know not what he says to them, or how he convinces them, but his ranks swell with each passing season. They are fools, all of them. Can they not feel the Driocht all around them? Why worship a false idol? The King in the Mist has brought a creeping darkness to this place, making it unsafe for travelers and denizens alike. I cannot save every wanderer. So those who find themselves here are in grave danger. The heart of evil must be ripped out if light is to return to the Wildwood. I know enough of my people's past to know that time used to work differently for us. Here in the Wildwood, we do not have your days and nights. We have only the seasons. A cycle that loops back on itself without marching forward. We do age, but here what is believed and pictured has more sway than any other force. I have never known anyone who died of old age, for it is not possible to properly imagine being dead. We have nothing to fear but injury and illness. Which is why the King in the Mist's affliction of disease and darkness has troubled us so. Even if he was not trying to bring through more of his kind, we would be enemies. I patrol the border of the Wildwood. That is my role, to be the Warden of Eves. I was not the first, and I will hopefully not be the last. I do my best to protect travelers who wander through, and I slay any nameless or afflicted beast that try to enter your realm. I know not what they are, nor do I care. They are shadows that plague the Wildwood with disease, pain, and suffering. They must be destroyed, lest the rot spread. The Magi have fought them back since the very beginning, and we will continue to do so as long as we draw breath. Remember this: if you ever have children, name them. Bless them with that peace. It is the first thing that parents do for their children for a reason. Without a name, they are vulnerable to the changelings, at risk of being snatched away to that realm of shadows out of jealousy and hate for those beings that are gifted with true names. A child snatched before their naming is an opportunity for one of the nameless to escape into being. Oh, the Breaker of Oaths, I understand. He is motivated by his morals, however misguided they may be. The Primal Huntress, on the other hand, lives without apparent meaning or purpose. We could sorely use her strength against the King in the Mists, but she refuses to aid us. What kind of woman stands by while evil overtakes her home? Let us not speak on the Breaker of Oaths. His title makes it clear what he is: a traitor. He was raised a Magi like me, but he chose to abandon his vows and embrace forbidden and evil magics. He seeks to fell the King in the Mists, which I can approve of, but after that, I don't trust him. The enemy of my enemy is only my friend, for now. I am forbidden from teaching our ways to outsiders, especially ones that sully their spirits with virtue gems. But we have all made compromises in the battle against evil, have we not? And the sacred wisps do not seem to fear you. You may be worthy of the secrets of the Magi. Heed the Morrigan. Diachwich. I'm glad you've decided to leave the sidelines. If you truly wish to become a warden of the Magi, then you must understand that the battle against evil is never simple. We must protect the entire Wildwood, even its most fundamental denizens. And sometimes that means pruning diseased branches. Seek out afflicted treants. Rescue the vivid wisps that they have captured. When you have completed your work, return to me, and I will teach you further. Heed the Morrigan.
far too much baggage.
Make it going.
The day has dawned, Exile. The pass to the sea is open. You are a legend that lives, Exile.
I greet you.
Hello.
Greetings, survivor.
The half-wit and the horror dead? I never thought I'd see the day. Now I am king. Unquestioned. Unrivaled. A fine feeling indeed. Not much of a kingdom to speak of, but at least it's a peaceful one. But if peace isn't reward enough for you, give me the amulets that Creighton and Alira wore around their worthless necks. When joined with mine, those trinkets will forge us a new strength, you and I. The strength to continue to do what we must.
There's your peace, Oak. The only peace that anyone can expect in Rayclast.
There's greatness in you. You've proved that without a doubt. And whether you've destroyed the bandits for us or for your own ends, it matters not at all. You've given us back our home and our future. You say the Lords of Larceny wore these around their necks? These artifacts and that ancient gateway to the northwest, crafted by the same hands, I'd venture. Val hands. And it appears the brigands' trinkets could form a single whole. Give me a moment with them. I used to be good at this sort of thing. Now, this one seems to fit neatly against here, and this third one, well, it looks like it... I'm so sorry, my friend. Are you well? Yes, you are apparently intact. Remarkable, considering... For the barest moment there, you were something altogether different. I'm not afraid to admit it. A rather unnerving version of yourself. If I were you, I'd dispense with that artifact down the deepest, darkest hole that I could find. That ancient gateway to the northwest. It's a peculiar thing, not of the Eternal Empire. It could be Val in origin, a culture I've seen mentioned here and there in some of the most antique of texts. It is the Val who began the use of virtue gems well before our imperial ancestors. Little else is known about them. If only I had my old museum archives, I could have given you a more tempered theory. Keep your wits about you.
Speak. You are a hunter of man. Today you have hunted bandits. Tomorrow, when you are restless, will you hunt us? You should go. Find another hunting ground. Leave us in peace.
If we dream big, we live big.
Yes?
Hello.